Transmeridian Air Cargo, Transmeridian Air Cargo IATA, ICAO *, call sign. Transmeridian was a British cargo airline that operated from 1962 until 1979, when it merged with IAS Cargo Airlines to form British Cargo Airlines. History. Transmeridian began operations under the name Transmeridian Flying Service on 5 October 1962 and began operations on 1 November 1962 using a Douglas DC-4. The airline was then based at Liverpool and used the DC-4 for freight and passenger charters. A second DC-4, both were ex-military Douglas C-54 Skymaster, was bought, and freight services to Dublin and Paris-Le Bourget Airport were begun. At the beginning of 1965, the DC-4s were replaced by Douglas DC-7C, and a year later 2 more DC-7s were acquired. With the expansion in the fleet, freight services to the Middle East and Africa were started. By the end of 1967, the company was taken over by Trans World Leasing and converted into a pure freight operation. With that, the name was changed to Transmeridian Air Cargo. In 1968, the Canadair CL-44 was introduced, and eventually 8 examples were incorporated the fleet, all being fitted with swinging rear fuselages to facilitate the loading of large items of cargo. It was during this period that the base of operations was moved to London Stansted Airport. Operations continued throughout the 1970s, with 1975 being the year when a base was set up in Hong Kong for freight flights to Australia. In 1977, the Trafalgar House Group bought 90% of Transmeridian, and on 15 August 1979 merged it with IAS Cargo Airlines to form British Cargo Airlines, which later became Heavy Lift Cargo. Fleet. Douglas DC-3, Douglas DC-4 ex Douglas C-54 Skymaster, Douglas DC-7C-7Cs, Short Belfast, Canadair CL-44 D4-2, Canadair CL-44 Oguppy, Douglas DC-8-54F or F4F or F4, Boeing 737-2 Bone C. Accidents and incidents. On 2 September 1977, IATA CL-44 on a non-scheduled cargo flight from Hong Kong to the United Kingdom crashed on departure from Hong Kong Airport. All 4 crew were killed. The cause was due to loss of control after the right-out wing and number 4 engine had separated from the aircraft following an engine fire.